the second race on the card. There's 2 races over the 1,000, and with the rail in the C+3, there's no false rail in place. Joyful Heart was impressive on debut. He did a lot wrong in the first half, but he did a lot right in the second half. Scratch the 2, we go down to Great Fit, Telecom Rocket and Voyage Warrior, all on debut, and Voyage Warrior is likely to start favourite on his trial form. What a Legend. He's got a reasonable record at this course and distance, 1 start for a second. Winning Warrior is another one on debut. He's by Furlax, and then we go down to Gainful Jet, who hasn't raced since the 13th of January 2018. Now, Winning Ways and Great Fit have been up at Chun Fa doing some work up there in preparation for this race, which is over the Flying 1000.
And Voyage Warrior is one of the most exciting horses on the card, in my view. Yes, newcomers can blow it in these 1,000-metre races, but he has looked so natural. He's got the high draw. He's got a couple of really striking barrier trials. A couple of his main rivals in terms of pace profile may get well back. Sunshine Universe is in great form. He could get well back. And likewise, the horse at the top, Joyful Heart, he hit a flat spot last time. If they hit flat spots on Sunday at Sha Tin, Voyage Warrior could be away and gone.
Here he is. Let's have a look at Voyage Warrior. Only a couple of bits to show you here with a couple of scratchings, but here is the Voyage Warrior doing it nice and easy. And as Graham mentioned, he's looked very professional in the mornings, this horse. Really nice. He's a son of Declaration of War. He's 11.33 pounds, and he's had 3 trials leading into his debut run. I thought this was a nice piece from What a Legend. He's only had the 3 starts as well. He's the one closest to us with Vincent Howard, who will take the mount on race day. He's drawn well as well, What a Legend. I thought he hit the line strongly in his gallop.
Yeah, I've been a fan of his from day one too. Let's start off with exposed form. Joyful Heart, it was certainly noted prior to his debut that he could run, but he was also having issues getting out of the gates. That was the case on debut, but he was able to offset it in the second part.
Note a couple of things very strongly. Sha Tin was aboard this time. He's on Voyage Warrior this time. And he relished a really strong gallop, Paul. He got a hard pace to run at, and he was very powerful near side at the finish.
Yeah, I've got him in the numbers once again. He's got to carry the big weight. And as we mentioned, there looks like a couple of exciting newcomers in this one. But, look, he did everything right. He looked a bit green at the start, but as the race went on, the more professional he looked.
Well, you spoke about Sha Tin, Graham. Let's hear from Karis now and get his thoughts on this newcomer who is likely to jump the red-figured favourite.
Karis, Voyage Warrior, steps out for the first time. You've ridden him in his 2 most recent trials. They've looked pretty impressive.
Yeah, of course he's been trialling good. He's a nice little horse. So after a few trials, I think we are ready for him to go to races. So looking forward to riding him.
Is he pretty professional? Does he know his job already?
Yeah, he knows a little bit. He's a quick learner, so after each and every trial, he's been sort of getting better. So yeah, we are looking forward for him to run now.
And has he got quite a high cruising speed?
Yeah, he's a nice little horse. Of course, in a trial, he showed a bit of speed. So I just hope that, of course, now it's different going to races and the trial is different. So of course, in a trial, he can get away from them and sort of get away last time a little bit. But yeah, he's showing us some promise, so I think it's time for him to run now.
You won on Joyful Heart last time out. Who you take on here? What are your thoughts on him as a horse?
Yeah, he's actually a very nice horse, Joyful Heart. He won a very good race last time. He was sort of didn't know where he was halfway in the race, and the last half race he sort of turned the engine on and went on strongly to win a nice race. Of course, he looks like a danger in a race, but like I said, I think my horse is drawn on the outside, so that might help him a little bit too.
Was it your choice to go with Voyage Warrior here, though?
Yes, I confirmed with Ricky of the horse, so I had to stick with him.
So there we go. We've heard from Karis, and he touched base on both horses there.
Data is king in Hong Kong, as we know. Look at this horse's trial data. I think there was 6 1,000-metre trials on the day he won that trial. He was at least 3 lengths faster than any of the other winners. And there's a middle split there, Brett, that makes you look down at the stopwatch and think this thing's broken. 20.1 middle split.
Yeah.
He is a very precocious horse.
He is. I tend to agree. I think he's going to be... I mean, we've seen a lot of these horses, Paul, on debut that, have gone out short, they've trialled well and they haven't matched it under race pressure, but he does give the impression due to the facts that Graham just mentioned, that he will respond when the pressure goes on. This guy's been responding of late since the pressure has gone on. He had a couple of runs, 3 actually, over 1650, brought back to the 1,000. He's won both of them.
Yeah, he's a born-again sprinter, isn't he? Down the straight 1,000. It took him a while. He's had 21 starts now, and he's won his last 2. You know, the first, I thought there might have been a bias up against the rail, but the second win was very strong.
Yeah, 0 from 19 and then bosh,
bang,
bosh.
bang, yeah.
But he's up £8 for that, and that makes his life a little bit harder.
Yeah. And he's going to be chasing a jump and run likely out in front. What a Legend's in the same category. We're going back to his debut where he finished second. He'd also trialled well leading in. Another one responding well to the pressure of a 1,000-metre race. And there was pressure here with multi-million on the speed, but he coped with it OK.
Yeah, he did. Look, he's had 2 runs after the 1,200. He's gone back to the 1,000 metres, and the 1,000 metres I think is ideal for this horse. Straight down, and I did like his last bit of track.
Yeah, we haven't seen the best of this horse. He got a tough trip last time, back to 1,000 with a clear shot. He'll run really well.
Yeah. It's very interesting, isn't it? We spoke about a horse on last Racing to Win called Trust Me, who ran well at a price down the straight 1,000 when the pressure went in. He found the line. They went to the circle. He didn't do a great deal. A bit like What a Legend. So coming back to the straight 1,000 course, I think, is a positive. Is he in the tips?
He is. I've got him in there for second, but I really like this first start. As Graham says, the data doesn't lie, and I've got him on top there. Voyage Warrior, he looks really strong. Now, we got burned a little bit with Big Party in the same sort of scenario, but Big Party only had 1 trial. This horse has had 3, so that's the difference, I think, as the experience. So he's on top to beat What a Legend, Sunshine Universe and Joyful Heart. We've talked about all the others, 8, 9, 5 and
King's Troop is another one that went out reasonably short on debut and didn't sort of find the line as well as most thought, but I get the feeling it won't be deterring your selection here, Graham.
Yeah, I've got to be excited about this horse. I'm going with Voyage Warrior, 8, 9, 1, 3. What a Legend, I think, is still on the upgrade. More to come from him. Joyful Heart will be coming home strongly. Winning Ways in to add a little bit of value and add Sunshine Universe in there to try and get the trio. 8 with 1, 3, 5, 9. But if Voyage Warrior behaves in the way he did in his latest trial, this lot are playing for places.
Yep, $1.60 might be money for jam if that's the situation. We'll take a break here on Racing to Win. More coming up shortly.